We're all zombies in the end. Welcome to Abby Suffer.
Don't look at the butt crack.
What a fucking good premise for a movie.
It just takes 40 minutes of its 60-minute runtime to get there.
Hey, you know, you gotta listen to that dude sing a lot. It's worth it.
That's the best part.
This is episode 315 of Abby Suffer. I'm Nathan.
I'm good.
This week, we're talking about 1998's Buttcrack.
Buttcrack.
A real banger, I gotta say. I mean, this movie's not good, but like, I don't think I've seen this since like maybe 2002. 'Cause I remember buying it from fucking Barnes and Noble, where they used to carry all the fucking like trauma stuff. And I was curious, like I didn't really remember anything about it except the general premise, which is pretty hard to forget.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was pleasantly surprised that it was like not as terrible as I expected it to be. What'd you think overall?
It wasn't awful, but it was almost insufferable. Like, just every character is the most annoying. Buttcrack himself, I was torn between laughing at every dumb fucking thing they did and wanting him off of my screen immediately.
It rocks.
I want more of him singing Rock and Roll Demon.
Every song he sings
And that's
is
about
incredible. It's one of those things where I was just like, God, this dude's so annoying, but he is like, killing it at like,
Being the horrible roommate
like,
that no one wants.
oh my God, it's so funny. He's just like constantly like walking into the room to talk about how he's gonna go play Atari. and then just singing songs the entire time that like,
Yeah.
I don't know if, like, I know in the credits it said like it had like the names of the songs he sings that are like written, but I don't know if they're real songs or if they were just things the director like came up with for him to sing.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's incredible. Can't believe this dude did not have any other roles after this.
Terrible.
Yeah. I mean, so like overall, like I don't know, I had a good time. It's very stupid. It's not a good. I'm not gonna say it's a good movie, but
if it was like an hour and a half, I would have fucking hated it.
Like this
60 minutes is like, all right, that's fine.
This clearly should have been like a 30-minute short.
Yeah.
And like I think, like one of the only things I could find when I just like searched it on, did a Google search on it outside of a shit ton of posts being like, any movie suggestions for movies with a female butt crack in it? It's fucking, the internet's the worst. But there was
Incredible.
like a Facebook post from whoever runs the Facebook page for this movie that I don't understand why it has a Facebook page.
I don't either.
But
Fucking weird.
it was like a thing. It was like, oh, the original short that like led to us making the movie. So like I guess it did start as like a short that, you know, probably should have stayed there. But oh well, this is like the older I've gotten and the more I've kind of like started revisiting some of these things I haven't seen since like the early 2000s, I realize how all like a bunch of the 80s and maybe early 90s trauma stuff that was just like distributed by them and not actively made by them kind of rocks, and it's usually pretty watchable. And then a lot of the stuff that they made gets real shitty after like Class of Nukem High,
Right.
but yeah, I don't know, I thought overall it's fine. It's pretty fun.
Anything with Mojo Nixon in it. Like,
Insane. I don't know how they got him in this movie. How they got him to just be essentially the star of this movie.
Yeah, easily the best part.
And like, it really feels like they were just like, hey, this is the general idea you need to get to. Just fucking roll with it and
Yeah.
figure out. Just say a bunch of shit.
Yeah. You like yelling, right?
Yeah. This is, like, how... Man, what a career when you go from this to the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I'm saying,
Oh no, Super Mario was right before this.
even better.
Well, right
What an
before, I
upgrade.
mean 5 years but in between, but... Yeah, one... You go from one of the greatest movies ever made to a pretty passable movie.
And also as the sheriff in video game hit Redneck Rampage.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I never played that full game. I remember getting one of those, like, promo discs for it. And just playing that first level, like, endlessly, because it's just all I had.
It
Fucking,
it's the least surprising thing in the world to read that he was in it.
what a fucking weird thing to exist.
Also, I love that his IMDb picture is hit the Goomba version of him from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Not even a picture of him.
That
The picture of
rocks.
the animatronic.
God, that movie fucking rules. The amount of cocaine I can only imagine that went into the making of that movie.
All supplied by Dennis Hopper, I imagine.
Was yeah, I guess that was probably right before he got clean.
Probably.
I think I can't, 'cause I feel like I know at least by the time they get to like Blue Velvet, I believe he was. Anyway,
Which is insane, right?
right. Yeah, it's just one of those fucking craziest roles that he's just like newly sober. I think. I'll fuck anything that moves. Let's just talk about Blue Velvet.
Yeah. Let's talk about Blue Velvet and Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. This movie,
Buttcrack,
like,
it's okay.
it, like,
Blue Velvet, though.
even if we were doing a full plot synopsis, there's not a lot there. Like it's like Kit says, like the first 40 minutes is just like set up to him coming back.
It's just him being the fucking worst roommate imaginable. And everyone's upset that he has his butt crack out. And they just start calling him Buttcrack. No one asks him, like, hey man, can you pull your pants up?
No, they all just like
They're like, this sack of shit can't keep his pants pulled up.
motherfucker can't afford a belt. Like, but it's funny because like they constantly reference it to him, but he doesn't get it. But no one at any point is just like, "Hey, pull your pants up." They're
It's
just
never
like,
straightforward.
"Hey, do you own a belt? Isn't it kind of you feel breezy in here, kind of shit?" And like, he's just too busy singing his songs, going about his life playing Atari. This dude knows how to live. Just playing Atari, not working. The not working part seems pretty important. Just I'm gonna start living my life like Wade. He's got to go. He's figured it out. Uh, yeah. It's so like the main thing is Wade is this dude whose Buttcrack is constantly hanging out, and he lives with his roommate Brian, who wants to propose to.
Always trying to score.
Yeah. Number one, go to your fucking room. Why are you doing this in the living room?
Yeah, living room.
Like,
Fucking weirdo.
the entire plot
Shared
of this movie
space. Come on.
is his fault. Justice for Wade. Like, don't. Well, number one, why are you proposing to your girlfriend in your fucking apartment living room?
Yeah, weird.
Seems
Fucking try and be romantic.
at
Loser.
least go outside in the front lawn.
Right?
So Brian, the real enemy of this movie, just fucking trying to fuck in front of Wade, and then gets caught, and then bad things happen. The end. No, Brian wants to propose to his girlfriend Annie. Wade keeps interrupting. She leaves because she's
always having to bend over in front of them to show his ass crack.
My favorite fucking thing in the entire movie is he's like comes out and he's like, I gotta do some laundry. I've been wearing this shirt for 3 days. It comes back out and he's like, Brian, do you want to put some of your laundry in with mine? There's no reason we should be like doing all these different loads and we could just put them in together and like save the environment. And he's like, no, I'm good. And he's like, what about you, Annie? As if she like brought her clothes
Yeah.
with her.
Has laundry with her.
Incredible. He's like, I mean, like, dumb premise aside, he's got some pretty good comedic timing in this.
Oh yeah.
As far as like being the guy that's supposed to be just endlessly fucking annoying, I think he's like relatively good in this. I love when he like just when he comes back and he just like I love the idea that he comes back that he's supposed to get revenge, but he's got like no ill will at all still. And he has like no idea that that's like, he's supposed to be getting revenge. He's like, no, Brian's a good guy. He wouldn't do this to me.
I also got to shout out his dance skills.
Oh, killing it!
Is it churn the butter? Or churn the milk, make the butter. That's what it is.
What? He does it for so long in that scene. I was locked in the groove.
Absolutely has nothing to do with whatever they're dancing to. There's no rhythm to it. Just churn the milk, make the butter.
Perfect. Hey, when you know your dance move that works for you, you stick with it.
Yeah, and you repeat it out loud.
40 times. Ignore the woman vomiting right behind you and keep dancing.
Yeah. Then she vomits on you.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you gotta do laundry again.
Yep, better go get in the bathtub. And so, Andy sees his butt crack like 4 times, gets sick to her stomach and has to leave. So Brian does not get to propose.
Sad.
Brian and his friend Ken come up with a plan to get Wade out of the house, where Ken's going to take him to see what was that movie called?
Oh, I don't remember.
It was like
the Chopper, Hackman.
I think it was Hackman 4.
Yeah.
This time he's using a shovel or some shit.
Yeah. That's maybe my favorite delivery in the movie is when Ken's like, "Oh wow, they're really giving him some good character development in those movies."
Perfect. Well, there's some pretty good jokes in this movie. Yeah, so Ken's gonna take Wade out to see a movie. Wade is very insistent that he gets to pick the movie. I'm like, bro, just go. This dude invited you to go see a movie. Be lucky you have a friend.
Right? Someone wants to spend time with you.
So they leave. So Brian and Annie are going to have time alone. He proposes. She said yes, like, immediately. They,
She doesn't realize what a fucking sack of crap he is.
Yeah, this dude also seems terrible.
Do better, girl.
Also, I gotta know what college they're going to, that, like, this house they're living in seems very far away from, like, society.
Yeah.
They seem pretty fucking rural. On the way to the movie, fucking Ken breaches the subject of, hey, pull your goddamn pants up.
Yeah. Why's your ass crack always
Wade
out?
just thinks he's getting hit on and gets out of the car because he seems pretty homophobic.
So dumb.
Decides to walk back where he... Oh, no, this hasn't happened yet. That's where he gets beat up by somebody later. When he's walking down the street. He gets back to the house. Annie and Brian are dancing to the most generic song anyone has ever heard. So this is when Wade comes in and is just like, oh man, I like this song, and starts churning the butter right in Annie's face, so she gets a face full of butt crack and she throws up everywhere. Insane scene. Goes on for so long. Yeah, so she throws up everywhere and has to leave. Brian finally snaps as Wade is getting in.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
Seeing that sweet dance.
Yeah. Wade, after being thrown up on, decides he has to go take a bath with the radio, for some reason, at full blast.
Gotta keep dancing.
Brian comes in and throws the radio in the bathtub on accident and electrocutes him. I love the idea that, like, this radio is plugged in with an extension cord into the kitchen instead of just using, I'm assuming, one of the outlets in the bathroom.
They're all taken up. They got like 16 electric toothbrushes.
It's just such weird plot points going on in this movie. Brian's able to essentially successfully say that Wade killed himself on accident. because you know it was just fucking. He was in the bathtub, and the radio just happened to fall in and electrocute him.
These things happen.
Yeah, luckily Brian was there to unplug it, but Wade died. All of this is
There's
happening. Oh, God.
immediately after that, there's an incredible scene where they're like watching TV and there's a commercial talking about how like
Oh yeah,
60% of deaths every year from people being electrocuted in their bathtubs.
I think like the person taking like Brian's statement is also just like, you know, I wish we could get like more information out there about like electronics near water or whatever.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, like all of this is happening while like one of the like sort of premises throughout the beginning is Wade keeps talking about how his sister's coming to visit. At one point is like, my sister's really into voodoo. Like she did a spell on me and made me real smart. I don't have to study or do anything, and I get like ace all my tests. And he's like, Brian, do you want her to like do a spell for you? And he's like, no, I'm good. And he's like, I don't know, you really should. She's pretty good. It worked for me. And like won't stop fucking talking about it. And so at the funeral, she shows up, throws a bunch of dirt in Brian's face, and keeps saying the word butt crack a million times.
Yeah. 12 times in one breath.
Yeah, she does it, and she's just like basically, it's just like if somebody says the word butt crack 12 times in one breath, he's coming back. Which immediately happens when Annie starts ranting about him and says the word butt crack 12 times. Just insane. The fact that conversation could possibly ever happen outside of us talking about a movie. I feel like no one would say butt crack that many times in a row.
Or in a single movie in general.
Oh my god, it's so... Like, I get it, but it's a lot in this. Someone should do a count of how many times the word butt crack is said in this movie. Or take a drink every time. See if you die. So yeah. They're, like, back at the house, like... Brian and Annie are basically celebrating. Fucking Ken, who has now met Mojo Nixon's character, Preacher Man Bob. Good name.
A classic.
Ken, I guess, all of a sudden is just like needs God for some reason. I don't really know what the hell is going on with this, but him and Preacher Man Bob hanging out. But I guess there's a lot of time to hang out with Mojo Nixon, who is killing it in this movie. Just
so much shouting.
Oh my god.
He's the loudest man.
He's saying so much while saying absolutely nothing at all, and it rocks.
He, much like Nicolas Cage, is giving every role his all.
Yep. He understands the assignment. He knows why he was cast in this movie, and he's giving it to you. Yeah, I don't know. Annie starts ranting about Wade's butt crack. Says butt crack 12 times in one breath, so Wade comes back. But instead of just being like a regular zombie, he seems pretty normal, except if you stare at his butt crack, your face will melt off.
Yeah, and then you become a zombie.
Good idea. This okay, so doing all these fucking remakes and shit of movies that don't need to be remade. Butt crack remake. Like fucking throw $800 million. Let's get this going. This is the movie we need a remake of.
I want to see the butt crack popcorn bucket.
Come on, Disney.
Yeah.
Get the rights to butt crack.
Probably already have them. Biding their time.
I would assume maybe Troma still has the rights to this. I feel like this doesn't seem like a movie people are clamoring.
They're sitting on the Toxic Avenger remake until they can remake Butt Crack and release them on the same weekend. I'm so mad about it.
Side conversation. What the fuck is going on with this?
Fucking release it, you fucking losers.
I don't understand. Like, that movie got so much praise at that whatever fucking premiere it had, and then they're just like, it's unwatchable and unreleasable. And I'm like, why?
It's pointless. Like, there's no reason. If you didn't think it was going to make money, why'd you spend fucking money on it?
I just
put it out there, you fucking losers.
Is the idea that it just like is too violent that they're just like no current market is able to handle this, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah, shut up.
Terrifier is now like a fucking a borderline a
It's
household
a
thing.
yeah, it's like a yearly event now.
Yeah, like you could literally go to like Walmart and buy Terrifier fucking
Like
garbage.
socks.
Like, come on. I can't imagine anything that happens in the Toxic Avenger remake is that fucking
Yeah.
like scarring. Just fucking insane. Peter, just Peter Dinklage. I know you listen to this podcast. Just
Yeah.
send us a copy. Send us a USB.
Yeah.
Getting mad. I want.
Like a USB mop.
Yeah. just, I know Lloyd Kaufman has given you a bunch of Toxic Avenger merch. I'm sure there's a USB in there. Send us a copy of the movie. Send us Batgirl while you're at it too. Let me watch Batgirl.
Lloyd comes through Texas pretty often. I'm gonna see if I can talk to him.
Look, I constantly think about going to do the little 15-minute tour of Troma's offices. So
Do it. Break in.
I'll steal a copy.
I know they've got the hard drive.
Yeah. It's just, every time I see a news article about that, I'm like, come on. This movie's too fucking shocking. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's
Shut
no
up.
way
Like,
a major like studio made this movie and was just like, yeah, put in fucking the most shocking shit. It's makes me mad. Anyway, release Buttcrack. Major fucking motion picture release. I need it.
yeah. Do it.
Yeah. Just fucking $300 million CGI Buttcrack. Just I'm, I'm just picturing like a line of people on like a Friday like 8 p.m. screening to see Buttcrack. Just this fuck.
The crowd's chanting.
Yeah,
Butt crack, butt crack.
major like horror release for October.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wade comes back and seems pretty much normal, except he's very dirty because he had to crawl out of a grave. Stumbles across some very over the top redneck dude
Yeah. Some fucking prick.
who gets mad that his butt crack is out because what if his mom saw it?
Like,
And decides-
stop, like, pull the vehicle over
Yeah.
and try and beat this man to death.
Yeah,
Mad.
and tries to fight this dude. Accidentally stares at his butt crack and his face melts off. It starts melting off as he drives away. Good idea. Like if
Cinema.
like
This is cinema to me.
I love whoever had the idea of like, yeah, if you just stare at it, it'll just make your face melt off. It's not like because the way that the description makes it sound, it sounds like the butt crack is zombified and is going to be coming after you, but it's not. You stare at his butt crack, and your face fucking explodes.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
I'm a butt zombie.
Basically, all of this just leads to I think they kill Wade again, and then his sister has to come and get him back out of the grave by like giving him a fucking pep talk because he's just like, no, Brian's a good dude. I don't think it is. I think this is just all an accident. Just
Yeah.
he eventually comes back. There's like a big fucking big in quotation marks like little final battle scene, I guess, where essentially I think everybody except Mojo Nixon dies. And then that's all I remember. I feel like that's pretty much the end.
Yeah, I think
I forget what happened.
basically.
I know there's like I think there's a scene where Mojo Nixon like confronts the sister maybe. But
Oh yeah, he shoots her in the head in her car.
oh,
right?
okay, never mind. I remember what happens now. Like, yeah, there's one sort of little like climactic scene where they get all of their special effects work in because one dude stares at the butt crack and his face essentially just like splits in half. It kind of rocks. Doesn't look as bad as you would expect it to be in this type of movie.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's like the most of the gore. The one dude's face, like, is quote unquote supposed to be melting off, but it just kind of looks like somebody threw water on his face.
Yeah. They're just kind of drippy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so like yeah, like I think if I remember correctly, Mojo Nixon shoots the sister in the head 6 times because then there's an extended scene of like a family coming to visit the gravestone for Wade and like taking pictures of it because the dad wants to write a coffee table book about infamous gravestones of people in like West Virginia, wherever the
Yeah.
fuck they're at. And like, number one, good idea for a book. I hope that
Oh yeah.
someone should do that for real. But in the process, he's telling his wife and son about the myth behind Wade, and is
The myth of Buttcrack.
essentially just like recounts what we just watched, and to the point where the mom was just like, Buttcrack 12 times in like one breath. That seems impossible. So obviously the son just says Buttcrack 12 times
Yeah.
in a row.
Just see how possible it is, Mom.
And then it goes to credits as Wade's hand comes, what is supposed to be out of the ground, but is clearly coming from the camera.
Yeah.
And you get some outtakes during the credits, which I feel like you never see in a movie of this caliber.
Yeah.
I feel like
They don't keep that footage. They've only got so much.
yeah, I feel like you fucking never see outtakes for like these really low budget movies, and I appreciate it. Should be more of that.
Yeah. More Buttcrack.
At least, make a little like fucking outtake reel for the DVD. And it's just like there was a fucking Tubi had the thing. It was like skip credits, and I was like, oh my god, how is there a post credit scene to this movie? And it's just like a quick 3 or 4 second thing of just Wade sitting on the couch laughing. I wish I would have written down some of Wade's quotes, but I watched this after work and had to go to sleep.
I thought you were gonna say you wish you had written Buttcrack.
I mean that, like, look, just fucking. I'm gonna cut everything we said out, and I'm just gonna, so we can like pitch the Buttcrack remake to like,
Yeah.
just think of the A24 uber serious remake of Buttcrack. We'll get Krista Stewart in there as Annie. Let's see who are we gonna cast as Wade.
We need to do something ridiculous and do Ed Norton.
I was gonna say who's the the weird looking dude that everyone thinks hot now, Jesse Plemons.
Oh yeah. Jesse Plemons should play Buttcrack.
Yeah. Let's see who we gotta get. Gibby Haynes from
Butthole
Surfers is Mojo Nixon's character.
Yes.
Like, we got something going here.
Or alternately, Tom Waits.
Yeah. Is there
Tom Waits loves to shout.
Is there like a modern version of Tom Waits that everybody the youth likes that's like Tom Waits like?
Not that I'm aware of.
Hobo Johnson.
Oh god. I forgot that was a real thing that happened.
I think his baby's still happening.
Is he?
I don't know. I feel like probably.
I hope not.
Let's see. No, I don't want to fuck up my Spotify algorithm. But
Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm just Googling it.
I was just gonna look
No.
to see when his last album came out, but
He has a website still.
it's unfortunate.
Hobo Johnson's band is called The Lovemakers. Oh, yep, he's touring.
Well, the last album was 2021, so he's
Oh, the tour ended like 2 weeks ago.
good. Yeah, Hobo Johnson's gonna play Mojo Nixon. Clearly,
Ugh,
we gotta get the youth in here. Kid.
ruin it.
How we go?
It's unreleasable.
How we spend $800 million, then be like, tax write off.
Yeah.
we were told from the beginning that hiring Machine Gun Kelly, Hobo Johnson,
Yeah.
it's
They should let Hobo Johnson and Machine Gun Kelly fight each other to death.
look, hear me
in a
out. Just
barbed wire cage.
we do that the fucking exact same thing Machine Gun Kelly did in Jackass Forever, except there's a sword on the hand.
Yeah, it's all knives.
Unrelated, sort of. I saw a clip of like, I'm guessing probably a deleted scene from like the DVD of Jackass Forever, where they had it was like, Johnny Knoxville, Poopies, Steve-O, Dave England and I think Eric Andre, maybe one other person. Oh, Preston. All like wearing those, the wearing costumes so they look like the little clown things at like a fair that you throw the ball at to knock over.
Yeah.
They're all dressed up as that, and then they just had like some world fucking, I don't know, maybe a world record holder, like tennis player, hitting tennis balls at them, but not until they all fell over. It's so fucking funny. I was like, how did you cut this from the movie? It had, it was just fucking Pontius and Wee Man guiding her though. And so like the first like 3 balls just hit Eric Andre like square in the gut and balls. Oh, it was very funny. I was like, God damn it. Should have fucking talked about Jackass again instead.
They just need to make another one.
I agree.
They have to.
Like, literally, like the like I am on board with as many of them as possible. Where it's just like, you know, Knoxville, Steve-O, and like Pontius or whoever, just doing kind of like maybe a couple little like less dangerous things. Just standing around hitting people with tasers while a bunch of like kids do the dumb dangerous stunts that they don't do anymore.
Yeah.
Like
it's idea they figured it out.
Yeah.
Like
alright, overall, go watch Buttcrack. It's free on Tubi. Pretty good. And it's like literally like 67 minutes. Very good runtime. If this would have been like even 3 minutes longer, I'd have been like, this movie's garbage. I quit. Podcast is over. Unfortunately, Katie did not watch this.
sad.
Really?
She would have loved it.
I mean, she would have hated it, but I feel like she would have hated it less than she probably thinks from just the title of the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like this would have been something she would at least found some humor in, as opposed to just being mad the whole time.
It's the magic of Buttcrack.
Did you know they're doing? Apparently, there is an Anaconda remake in the works with Paul Rudd and fucking Jack Black, and it's gonna be apparently like a meta remake where they're remaking Anaconda as themselves, and then an Anaconda comes after them.
Everything you just said makes me want to kill myself.
I heard about it on a podcast, and I was like, please.
I hate all of that.
Please don't do this. Like,
there's no need.
Yeah, and you know it's going to be one of those things where, like, it's going to be like a thing where, like, somehow it's going to be a sequel to the first one while ignoring all of the like, literally the only aspect of it that I remember that I was, like, slightly interested in is I think it's the same director's Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yeah.
So, like, at least on some point he understands the meta aspect of it, but, like, no one needs this.
No.
Sounds bad. Don't do it. I feel like there was one other insane news story that I was gonna bring up.
I'll be okay with that remake if John Voight shows up and kills both of them.
just John Voight just shows up,
Like,
starts yelling about Trump.
Yeah. John Voight's Brazilian character was real from the original Anaconda that they're remaking, and he shows up.
That's just John Voight.
Yeah.
He's not even a character.
He's a Argentinian man whose grandparents immigrated from Germany, and he's here to hunt snakes.
I swear there was like some other story that I was going to ask you if you saw, because I felt like it was something you would be interested in, or maybe it was something we'd make fun of. I forget what it was now. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Is it about how tired I am of seeing the Smile 2 trailer?
How's it already? I guess technically I don't ever go to the theater, so I don't see fucking trailers for any of this shit. But like, how was that movie already coming out?
Is it already coming out? I feel like I've been seeing trailers forever.
I'm convinced it's not a real movie, and they're just playing trailers to aggravate you. When did the first one come out? Was that last year or was that 2022?
I think it's 2022.
Okay, I guess that's not as...
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it was like last year, and I was like, come on. I did not see the first one. It looked...
I didn't either.
Not great, so... Oh yeah, that's fucking
I hate smiling.
very top thing. It's fucking the top news story. Bloody disgusting is a fucking about the Smile 2 trailer.
Yeah, I went to Bloody Disgusting to.
Oh my
God. I saw that and was like, oh, I'm fucking tired of that.
Ads on this site, Jesus Christ.
It's a lot.
Man, I wish I could fucking remember.
Everyone here better be living pretty fucking lavishly.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, Night Bitch is a real movie.
Well,
that's one I've been hearing about for, I feel like, a decade. It's finally coming out.
Pretty sure this is the first I've ever heard the words "night bitch" in the same sense together. You gonna grab that Dick Miller documentary?
Oh yeah, I'm just broke as fuck until Friday, but
I saw that and I was like, man, I really need that. Or hopefully it at least comes to like a fucking streaming site because I want to see that.
Yeah. Man, I was so excited between that and you telling me they're putting out Howling 2 because I've wanted a copy of Howling 2 forever, but Scream Factory discontinued theirs, so it's like $200 or whatever. Like, fuck.
They gotta get to whatever the fucking kangaroo one is.
Yeah, the third one, the marsupials.
Oh, is that 3? For some reason I thought it was like 6.
But yeah, weirdly, the only time I've watched Howling 2 was on VHS. I was dating a woman who had it on VHS, and I was like, I've never seen this. Let's watch it.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I'm excited to get it. So,
personally, I would hate it if my sister was a werewolf.
I remember what story I was going to bring up. So, the Crow remake.
Oh God!
The
fucking director.
Oh,
his
no.
Quote?
No.
Oh.
We can talk about that in a second, though.
Incredible.
It was so fucking abysmal. Do you know what streaming site is getting the first rights to show it?
Is it Tubi?
Pluto TV.
Oh, my God. Rough.
I can't wait, because we're definitely watching it.
Yeah.
I told Katie, I was like, we have to do an episode on it, right? Because we did all the rest of them. She's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Shane.
We really set ourselves up for this one. I was like, there's no way that remake will ever come out.
Shane went and saw it because he has one of those things where it's like whatever movie pass thing where you get like 3 free movies or whatever a month.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, it's so bad. He's like, it's not even like bad as much as it's fucking boring and like there's zero character development in it whatsoever. He said like fucking the Crow and Shelley aren't even a fucking couple for the first like 30 minutes of the movie. Like all the shit was like
makes it kind of hard to care.
I was like, whoever greenlit this clearly is
a genius.
Clearly,
and understands cinema.
Did not
storytelling.
Understand a single thing about what made people like the first one. Pretty good. Can't wait to watch that shit. All right. What you watched in the last little bit?
What have I watched? Did I talk about Romulus last time I was on here?
Yeah, one of the last times we recorded, you talked about seeing it.
Yeah, fine. I don't understand why everyone's like, it's incredible. It's the best alien movie since Aliens. Yeah. Like, first of all, kind of a low bar, but also not true.
Yeah.
Prometheus. Pretty good.
Those are just people that did not like Prometheus or Covenant, even
though
the fact
didn't
that
like
those movies are good.
They fucking rock. I rewatched Prometheus, like, I don't know, a week or two ago, and I was like, this is so much better than I remember.
It's so good.
Yeah, like, it's just straight up a really good movie.
It looks incredible.
Oh, man, it's nuts.
It's fucking gorgeous to watch. The idea, like, say what you want about, like, I know everyone's big issue is like, oh, doctors are fucking dumb in these movies, and I'm like, yeah, well, doctors are dumb in real
That's
life, but like,
yeah, like that was intentional.
like, what's the point of making your fucking movie if everyone's going to be the smartest person on earth fucking
Yeah,
interacting with these things? But anyway,
pretty goddamn boring. Ridley Scott's like, hey, humans suck and are dumb, and God hates them.
yeah,
So
like,
here's all of that in a movie.
I'm so fucking bad. Just let him make one more movie to
Yeah,
fucking tie
just
up
one
whatever the
more.
fuck is going on with David.
I hope Romulus doing well is enough for them to be like, okay, well, we'll give Ridley Scott one
I
more.
just like I haven't seen Romulus yet. I was going to go see it, and then I was just like, I don't know. Based on a lot of the like reactions I saw to it, I was like, I'll just wait. I was like, I know on some aspect I'll enjoy it because it's like it's an alien movie. Like
Yeah,
I'm in, but like I'm really kind of like worried that what's going to end up happening is they're just going to start doing the here's a random crew. They get killed off except for one survivor we never see again.
yeah.
Or sort of like just turning it into like a slasher, like
Friday the
yeah.
13th.
And I'm just like, man, please just don't do this because
Yeah.
I know they're gonna keep making them, and I'm not real fucking thrilled about it. And I don't know, the TV show being set on Earth kind of bums me out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the least interesting thing they could
Yeah, like I don't.
do with it.
They've
But
done it once, and it was fucking dog shit. Alien vs Predator Requiem is horrible.
yeah. So I don't know. I'll watch it. I haven't watched Fargo, but everyone says Fargo's super good, and it's the guy who did Fargo.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right. No. I mean, I'll watch anything Alien.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
whatever. Other than that, I watched Destroy All Neighbors, which was fine. Like, it's pretty funny. I think it's worth a watch. It's not amazing. It's worth watching just for Alex Winter, who is insane between his makeup and the fucking vague Eastern European accent that he's doing.
Yeah, I really want to see that, but I think it's just literally only been on Shudder, and it was one of those ones where I was
Yeah.
like, this does not seem like something I should blind buy.
No, it's not worth blind
Yeah.
buying. If you can get the free trial to Shudder, like,
Well, the thing is, like,
but,
I had signed up for like a year of Shudder a
Yeah.
while ago, and literally it won't work on any fucking device I have. There's just
that's right.
some issue where, like, for some reason it just like won't work. But Katie
Yeah,
can get it
it's
to
just
work.
like,
but
no.
I'm like, all right, great.
But yeah, it's pretty good. I can't tell if it's made by someone who really loves prog rock or someone who really fucking hates prog rock.
I mean, I feel like most people that like prog rock also just probably hate it
Hate
too.
it. Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I've-
probably one and the same.
I know a lot of Opeth fans.
Yeah. After that, I watched Oddity, which I thought was pretty good. It's like a blind psychic woman trying to solve her twin sister's murder, and she uses this absolutely fucking horrific looking life-size wooden doll to help her do it. Seeing it makes me just viscerally uncomfortable. I hate it. After that, I went and saw Strange Darling, which fucking rips.
This is another one of those ones where I was like, I've never even heard of it, and then all of a sudden, everyone on my feed's talking about it.
I'd seen like a couple of people mention it during the festival circuit, and then it kind of died down, and it was one of those things where it's like, oh, that comes out this Friday. And I like the main guy in it, Kyle Gallner. So it's like, all right, I gotta go support that while it's in a theater, because it's one of those ones where it's like, I feel like it's only going to be in theaters for one weekend and then
Right.
vanish. But it's stayed.
Is that the one
So-
where like Giovanni Ribisi is just like the cinematographer? On
Yeah.
it, like somehow where he just like
Yeah.
like they just had like some issue and he just stepped in or something.
Yeah, I don't know what the backstory is for it, but he's a really fucking good cinematographer. It's a absolutely gorgeous movie.
Yeah, I mean, you spend that much time on a fucking film set, it's like you. That's something
Yeah,
they
I'm sure
always
you
say.
pick
Like
stuff up.
people that like, make 8 seasons of a TV show end up directing a bunch of them because they just spend so much time on it. They're like, I want to try this out, and
Yeah, why not? I'm bored.
usually make like cool things.
And then
Uh,
after that, I watched Love Lies Bleeding last night, which
oh yeah,
rocks.
I still need to get around to watching that.
I'll say big, strong ladies could beat me to death, and I'd be perfectly content with that.
Let's see. I watched. I can't remember if I can't remember if I've talked about this one or not, but I watched Bubble Bath, which was I think, Hungarian animated movie from the '70s that Deaf Crocodile put out.
Oh,
That
okay.
the story to it is kind of like whatever, but like the animation is fucking insane. Like it's one of those ones where it feels like every 10 minutes the animation style changes, and it's like really kind of
Huh.
disorienting and rocks. It was really good. Um, I started watching a bunch of this shit from that Dario Argento deep cuts
No, yeah,
thing
yeah.
that Severin put out, and it's really fucking good. Like I'd seen all the Door into Darkness episodes already because they were on Shutter like forever ago. But there's a disc of like all of these little like 13 to 15 minute segments that were on some show I think called Night. Well, they're called Night Shift, and I don't know if they're part of another show or not because there's like audience clapping in like the credits of each one, which is weird. Like, but like it's all sort of like these little like 15-minute horror thriller stories uh surrounding cab drivers working the night shift,
Huh.
and they're pretty good. I haven't finished them yet, but they were like the like five or so I watched were all really good, and it's like Lamberto Bava directs like the first nine, and then like Luigi Cozzi directs like the rest, like the last, I don't know, seven or eight, something like that.
All right, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
it's pretty fucking sick. Like that box set so far might be my release of the year based on just like the amount of shit crammed into it. Um, I watched Boggy Creek 2 and The Legend Continues, which was dog shit.
I'm unsurprised by
Oh my
this.
god, it's so fucking boring. Uh, I
I
wa
mean that is a continuation.
Oh my god, do you know anything about that fucking franchise of movies?
Not really.
So, as far as I could tell, it looks like uh, the one guy directed The Legend of Boggy Creek, and then there was like two or three sequels that he did not direct that he hated, so he then decided to make his own sequel, which was this one, Boggy Creek 2 and The Legend Continues, which is also bad. So there's like two or three fucking timelines going on in these movies that I'm like, what are we doing? um I watched Amanda and the Alien, which Agfa I think put out, and it fucking rocks.
Love Agfa.
It I did not know anything about it, but I saw Agfa's putting it out, and I literally just thought it was going to be like a weird kids movie,
Yeah.
like a sort of Mac and Me type thing. But like, it's fucking bizarre. It is like I think it was a Showtime movie, like literally made and released on Showtime, and it plays very similar to like Tammy and the T Rex, where like everything in it happening, you're just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? It kind of feels like a Disney Channel movie, but like adult. Like there's a shit ton of swearing in it. Like the alien in it, like is super horny and fucks a bunch of people. At some point, for some reason, Paprika makes it come. It's fucking insane. At some point, I think like we were talking about doing weird little guy movies for a while, and that's definitely going to be one of my picks. It's fucking it rocks. It's so good.
Hell yeah.
It literally would be like perfect double feature with Tammy and the T Rex because they're both just insane and have the same sort of feel of like kind of seems like it should be a kids movie, but everything happening in it is not. I watched. I think this is also an AGFA release. Their Bloodorama triple feature Blu-ray, which is like three 70s drive-in kind of cheap movies, but you can watch it in drive-in mode where it plays like all three in a row with a little like drive-in like intermission stuff in it, which is a good idea.
That's great.
But it was Help Me, I'm Possessed from 1974, Night of the Strangler from 72, and Carnival of Blood from 70. And like they're all fine for what they are. They're clearly like seem like those movies where somebody just kind of was like, well, let's make something we can like show the drive-in for the next like 4 years.
Right.
I then I then watched Blood Cult, the one D. Gauzer's fucking little mini label from Vinegar Syndrome put out of like the SOV movies, and it's insane, but not great. But it's like essentially a bunch of like female college students are being killed off by a dog worshipping cult. As far as I can tell, it's fine. It's not like the best SOV movie I've seen, but totally watchable. And then I watched Bloodbath at the House of Death, which is like a recent Vinegar Syndrome release, which is like a...
Oh, yeah. How was that?
I liked it. It's pretty good. Like, it's kind of plays like a... I mean, essentially it feels like a spoof of, like, Hammer horror movies.
Right.
But it's pretty fun. Vincent Price is fucking chewing all the scenery in it as, like, essentially doing, like, a version of himself in those movies. And it's pretty good. I'd recommend it. I think I gave it, like, 3 stars. That's pretty much it. Been watching the fucking stupid 90 Day Fiancé. TLC decided they were like, we're gonna wait and put, like, you can't watch the tell-alls until they're all fucking done airing unless you sign up for this like third app we have.
The fuck?
Yeah, I don't like so literally they wouldn't put it on Discovery Plus or Max or any of the things people sign up for. You just sign up for TLC Go to watch the tell-alls until all 5 of them were out. And so those finally dropped, so I just fucking catching up on that. And still the fucking best / worst show on TV. Just fucking...
Undefeated.
God, man, this fucking season was dog shit. Like, Happily Ever After was just a season with, like, one good couple, and then it was, like, a bunch of Angelas, and fucking Big Ed was on it. Fucking Gino and Chad. Just the fucking worst people of the series. But luckily, I think Before the 90 Days is about to start, and it's just literally all brand new couples, so thank God. Alright, what do you want to shout out?
Oh, God.
Every time.
Yeah, every single time. I was thinking about it like 5 minutes ago, and I got sidetracked. And forgot.
So I'm going to pull up Bandcamp, see what I got going on here.
That's a good idea. There's music happening. It's good.
Yeah.
I like music.
Yeah, it's pretty good sometimes.
The Bandcamp app apparently isn't on the Google Play Store right now. And I just got a new phone. So I was looking at my like music streaming folder that I have, and I was like, I feel like something's missing. Like, this doesn't look right. I was like, hey, where the fuck is Bandcamp? So I went to like find it. It wasn't there. It didn't download because it's not on the Google Play Store. So I had to go hunting through Reddit to find some weird fucking like .apk file workaround to get it on my phone.
I wonder why it's not on there. The app fucking sucks to begin with, but
it's some dumb like rights thing. I can't remember what it was, but saw a bunch of Android users who are like, "Yep, that's not here."
I swear, mine constantly. If I try to add like more than like 8 albums to my queue, it just like crashes.
Yeah, just like no thanks.
Let's see. I'm gonna say my shout out. Ipecac Records put out a reissue of the long out of print first album / EP, whatever they want to call it, of the band Dalek.
Oh yeah,
I think I think it's supposed to be dialect, but I can't fucking.
that's like Dalek. I think
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't.
know.
I'm not a Doctor Who person. I have no fucking
Well, I know
idea.
it's it's I think like it's Dalek in the TV show, but I think the way the band is supposed to do, because it's like an umlaut in there, I think it's supposed to be
No.
pronounced like dialect, like like dialect sort of thing. But like I don't know, their first EP, Negro Necro Necros, is really fucking good. It's been out of print for a long time, and they finally put it out with like some bonus tracks and some demos and shit on it. It's fucking super good.
Hell yeah. I'll go with the reissue too. They put out Blood Incantation's Astral Spells demo uh, on vinyl for the first time. Like, it's been out for 10 years. Uh, Looks super sick. It's like a nice deluxe thing with a bunch of like photos and old interviews and stuff. It's pretty sick. Only problem is it is from a European label, so it costs 20 euros, and then shipping it here
It's like
is
$70.
20 euros. So I'm unfortunately not going to be spending $50 on a 10-inch record.
I feel like that's the
But
thing that like, is it like already released, or is this like a pre-order thing coming out?
I think it's pre-order. Ships, yeah, it ships in November.
I feel like that's one of those things that somebody is going to get copies here and be able to sell for like slightly.
Yeah,
Maybe better
I'm
deal.
hoping if I can find it here, I'll drop like 25 on it, because apparently that's just what fucking records cost now. A 10-inch record's
it's
$25.
great. Like, even like ordering movies, I'll look and then I'll realize that's from like somewhere in like Europe, and I'm like, fuck. Well, it's not like that. Umbrella released that like massive Caligula Ultimate Cut box set.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was like, man, you know what? I was like, I could justify like $140 for this big ass box set. And then I was like, wait, it's coming from Australia. It's gonna be like another fucking $70 to ship.
Yeah,
And
that's gonna take fucking 500 years and
yeah,
get lost in transit.
at least so far, I haven't seen. Like I kind of periodically, like once or twice a week, I'll check either Orbit DVD or Diabolic DVD to see if they get copies of it in. Because they've got copies of sort of like just the like discs version of them, or like you get like whatever different cuts of the movie. But I was like, that box set with like the fucking original script in it and like the books and shit, I was like, man, I really want that.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna shout out, I think last month, yeah, actually maybe like 2 weeks ago, Oozcast released a new song called "The Witch and the Tyrant" with fucking Whitney Moore from the Birdemic movies doing vocals on it.
Hell yeah.
Josh was telling me about it a while ago, and he's like, yeah, I've just been like waiting for her to like finish her parts on it. And I was like, that's a fucking strange thing to be happening.
Right.
So you should go listen to that. Alright, I don't know what we're doing next week. We gotta fucking figure out.
Surprise.
Well, because so technically the next episode would be the anniversary episode, but like I don't want to do anything like that until Katie's back.
Right.
So like I told Katie, like if something, like Katie just has some fucking family emergency shit going on. So like if stuff's somewhat resolved, we'll do that. And I told Katie if it comes down to it where we have to push it back, we'll do like some sort of like maybe big fun thing as a sort of anniversary episode for like Halloween. I was like, maybe we'll do like another one of those like franchise watch episodes of something. But we'll figure it out. Something next week. It'll either be me can't talk about something real stupid, or all three of us will be back and we'll talk about something real stupid.
Yeah, slightly less stupid.
Yeah. Alright, if you'd like to support us, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/hypersufferpodcast. Came out a couple weeks ago when this comes out, but we recorded an episode on all the Omen movies. Gotta say, pretty boring movies overall. Watching 7 of them in a row kind of really, really fucking pinpoints how fucking shitty those middle movies are.
It's a lot.
And that remake, real bad. I forget if I said patreon.com/hypersufferpodcast. Go sign up. Listen to us talk about sometimes good shit for once. uh, you can leave us a rating and review on iTunes and Spotify. You can follow us at I Hope You Suffer Podcast on Instagram. You can follow Kit at Hidden Kitstery and Kitchification of Blood. You got some new Warhammer figures. What's going on, Warhammer?
Yeah, I'm waiting on a box set to come in this weekend, and then I'll have fucking like 30 more.
God. Fucking, I don't know why. Like, it seems like such a fucking like taxing hobby to me.
It can be.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god, I've got all of these fucking things.
Oh, like,
Because
these
like
look fine
I want them so I
unpainted.
can. I just want to play the fucking game with them, you know. But also, I'm not one of those people where it's like, well, I'll just slap some fucking paint on it and it's fine. It's like, no,
These
I
look
have to
good.
follow through. It has to look fucking good.
That's like, I remember when I was like maybe 11 or 12, I was like, I'm gonna get into like model fucking cars and figures or what like that. It's essentially that kind of
Yeah.
shit, but like, you know, pre sort of Warhammer stuff. And I remember getting like a couple model cars. I was like, this sucks. I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it was at all.
This is just work.
Yeah.
I could be playing Atari in my room, singing songs real loud. You can follow Katie at WerewolfFace and join Katie's Patreon at patreon.com/werewolfface. You can listen to other podcasts, AK Movie Club. Go watch Buttcrack. Everybody, look. That's what I'm saying. Right now, I think there was like 500 watches on Letterboxd, which means technically qualifies for Erica and Lance to cover it on Unsung Horrors. So if you're listening, which I know you are, Erica, you guys got to do an episode on Buttcrack.
It's only right.
Oh yeah, also I met Erica, and she is very cool. Went to
Buy her book.
Yeah, she did screenings around here. Unfortunately, I had to miss Run and Kill, but we made it to the Untold Story one at Philomoka, and it was sick. Yeah, I think she's only got maybe like 30 copies, including all of like the dinged copies left. So if you've been holding out on buying her book, The Sweetest
Now's
Taboo,
time.
I'd recommend it. Go buy it, because I don't know if it's getting reprinted anytime soon. And I know, like, I think outside of her, maybe Diabolic DVD has like a couple copies. I know she gave them a box when she was in Philly, but go buy her book. It's very good. Finally showed up on Goodreads, so I can fucking rate it. All right, yeah, we'll be back with something next week. Probably. Let's see let's see real quick. I'll pick us a movie in case Katie's not here, and if Katie is available,
Yeah.
we'll do something different. Let's see. I'm gonna see what related movies there were to Buttcrack. At the bottom. Oh, Linnea Quigley's horror workout. Oh boy, could do with those blood fart lake movies.
Oh yeah. Murder at Blood Fart
Oh
Lake
my
or
god,
whatever.
there's some fucking dog shit on here. Never mind, we're not doing any of these. Alright, yeah, we'll be back with something.
Yeah.
I hope you don't own a belt, but why?
I hope you butt crack.
Yeah. Something butt crack 12 times. Fuck Beetlejuice. Don't say Beetlejuice,
Yeah.
just say butt crack a bunch of times. That's literally just fucking hear me out. Whoever's releasing Beetlejuice Buttcrack crossover for the third movie.
Has to happen.
Candyman versus Beetlejuice versus Buttcrack.